Nothing goes better with leftover cake than ice cream with my good pal at Prince Henry Yuck.
Prince Henry UK.
Red, White, and Royal Blue 2 is officially happening, and Nicholas Galitzine and Taylor Zakhar Perez are back. If you somehow missed it, the first movie, based on Casey McQuiston's best-selling novel, dropped on Prime Video in July 2023 and quickly became a hit. This LGBTQ+ rom-com follows Alex, the first son of the US, played by Taylor Zakhar Perez, and Prince Henry of the UK, played by Nicholas Galitzine, in a swoon-worthy enemies-to-lovers story. Now a sequel is officially in the works. Before Red, White, and Royal Blue 2 hits our screens, here's everything we know so far: release date updates, cast and crew details, and even the chances of a third movie. So when was Red, White, and Royal Blue 2 officially announced? On May 9, 2024, director Matthew Lopez confirmed the sequel during a special screening in Culver City, California. At the time, the cast and crew were also campaigning for a 2024 Primetime Emmy nomination, which they got for Outstanding Television Movie. Though in the end, Quiz Lady took home the award. Lopez dropped the big sequel news alongside some of the cast, including Nicholas Galitzine and Taylor Zakhar Perez, and the crowd went wild. To make it even better, they revealed a teaser poster for the still untitled Red, White, and Royal Blue 2, featuring the cheeky tagline, "Fancy another bite?" Safe to say we all do. Honestly, this sequel was inevitable. The first movie became a massive hit, shooting to #1 on Prime Video and even boosting Amazon Prime memberships. According to Deadline, Amazon confirmed that the movie led to a huge surge in new Prime membership signups. Plus, Red, White, and Royal Blue is now one of Prime Video's top 3 most-watched rom-coms ever. Critics also gave it plenty of love. On Rotten Tomatoes, 76% of 116 reviews are positive. The consensus? Amusing and endearing. Red, White, and Royal Blue is a cheerfully formulaic rom-com that embraces inclusion without falling back on stereotypes. As for who will work on Red, White, and Royal Blue 2, last summer, Lopez told Teen Vogue that a sequel would only happen if we have the right story. He made it clear that there needed to be a solid reason beyond just wanting to make another movie, saying, "I don't think a sequel is a bad idea, but I don't think a sequel for the sake of doing a sequel is necessarily sufficient." Well, it looks like they found their story. Lopez, who directed and co-wrote the first movie with Ted Malawer, is back to write Red, White, and Royal Blue 2, this time teaming up with Casey McQuiston, the author of the original book. So yeah, expectations are very high. Amazon MGM Studios is once again producing the sequel, and it's confirmed that Nicholas Galitzine and Taylor Zakhar Perez are reprising their roles. Sarah Shahi, who plays Zara Bankston, also just gave fans an exciting update. In an interview for the Sterling K. Brown-led political drama Paradise, Shahi was asked about her role in the Red, White, and Royal Blue sequel, and she confirmed, "Yes, I actually am returning for the sequel. Zara is back." Zara, the Deputy Chief of Staff for President Ellen Claremont, played by Uma Thurman, was a fan favorite, especially in that hilarious scene where she finds Alex and Henry after their hotel room tryst, with Henry hiding in the closet. Sarah Shahi didn't expect Red, White, and Royal Blue to blow up the way it did. When the press tour got cancelled, she had some doubts about how the movie would perform. As she put it, "It's hard to tell when you're on the inside how something is going to be received. You just want to do your best job." She didn't focus on whether the audience would like it because that's not up to you. You don't have any control over it. To her surprise, the movie turned into a huge success. Shahi explained it still managed to break records and shatter the platforms that Amazon had at that point. "I had never seen that coming. It did in one night what they thought the film would do at its best in 3 weeks. It was just huge." She credited the movie's success to the popularity of McQuiston's book, its dedicated fan base, as well as director Matthew Lopez and the cast. No word yet on the rest of the cast, but let's not forget Uma Thurman was in the original. Here's hoping she makes a return too. Could Red, White, and Royal Blue 2 be the last movie in the franchise? Maybe not. At the 2024 Emmys red carpet, Taylor Zakhar Perez teased the possibility of a third movie. He admitted he was already hoping for a sequel while filming the first one, saying, "Because it's a great book and it kind of leaves you hanging as you read it." He even went a step further, adding, "I mean, I hope that there's like 3 of them. I think it could be a nice trilogy." Now, a lot of fans are wondering how Red, White, and Royal Blue 2 could happen without a book sequel. Director Matthew Lopez has shared some insight into what it would take to make it work. In an interview with GQ, Matthew Lopez shared his thoughts on continuing Red, White, and Royal Blue into a sequel. He's grateful for all the love the movie has received, but made it clear that if a sequel were to happen, it can't be rushed. Lopez stressed that it would need to be put together thoughtfully and carefully, just like the first one. He also pointed out that before any real plans could move forward, the industry had to deal with the ongoing writers and actors strikes, as the WGA and SAG-AFTRA were fighting for fair pay at the time. He said the film's message of hope and love is resonating deeply, and it's been particularly gratifying to see so many people falling in love once again with Alex and Henry. If a sequel were to happen, the worst thing would be for it to be rushed. It would need to be as thoughtfully and as carefully made as the first one. Besides, before we do anything, we have 2 strikes in Hollywood to get sorted first. So what could a Red, White, and Royal Blue sequel be about? There isn't a clear storyline for a sequel since the movie ends pretty much where the book does, and McQuiston hasn't written a follow-up. The only extra glimpse into Henry and Alex's life comes from a bonus chapter set 5 years later showing the couple in New York. If the movie draws inspiration from that chapter, the sequel could explore their engagement and Alex's push for a political career, which fits with his ambitions in both the book and film. However, the sequel could also pick up at any point between the novel and the bonus chapter, leaving plenty of room for different storylines. The new movie doesn't even have to follow the bonus chapter directly. As long as it keeps Alex and Henry at the center and sticks to the dynamic they had by the end of Red, White, and Royal Blue, the sequel would still feel like a true continuation of the story when it gets released. Now, that release is going to be a long wait, but if you loved Red, White, and Royal Blue and are craving something similar, Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall is the perfect pick. This 2020 LGBTQ+ romance features Luke O'Donnell, the son of former rock stars who, like Alex from Red, White, and Royal Blue, has a complicated relationship with fame. To fix his reputation, Luke agrees to pretend to date Oliver Blackwood, a vegan barrister with a squeaky clean public image. What starts as a fake relationship eventually turns into a deep romance, much like the slow burn love story between Alex and Henry. While the main setup in both books involves unlikely couples from different backgrounds, Boyfriend Material stands out with its focus on the fake dating trope. The UK is a major setting in both novels, but Boyfriend Material offers a different vibe, with the couple's contrasting personalities and lifestyles driving the story forward. And just like Red, White, and Royal Blue, the love between Luke and Oliver builds gradually, offering an emotionally engaging read for those who appreciate a slow burn. In short, if you're waiting for Red, White, and Royal Blue 2, Boyfriend Material and its sequels could be just what you need to fill the gap with another heartwarming LGBTQ+ romance. Well, that's it for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe because more updates are coming on this and other exciting upcoming movies and series. See you next time.